Hi Cancer, welcome. Thank you for tuning into my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. You are watching a general love reading for the sign of Cancer for this coming week and a half in October. This is a general love reading, and that means, of course, that it can apply to any kind of relationship situation or circumstance that you're dealing with. I want to remind all of my viewers to be flexible with the energy. You can interchange the roles within the reading regardless of the gender of the cards. And that means, of course, that you can be represented by any of the characters that shows up in the cards. You might feel like I'm reading for you. You might feel like you're cross-watching for somebody else instead. Parts of the reading may resonate for you, while other parts may not. So take what does and leave behind what doesn't. I hope you enjoy the reading, and I hope you feel like it's beneficial to you and helpful to you in some way, shape, or form. That's my intention, Cancer. So we'll get started here after a couple more shuffles. If you are brand new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. There is more specific information in the description box below. Returning viewers, thank you for your support. Thank you for coming back. I hope that you continue to resonate with the readings, and I hope you enjoy them. So thank you so much for all your support. And let's go ahead and get started and see what we've got for Cancer. Here we go. We're going to start off with the Four of Wands, the King of Cups in reverse, the Four of Swords in reverse, the Eight of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Swords in reverse, the Moon, Ace of Swords, and Strength. So we have two characters on the table. We've got a Queen of Swords in reverse and a King of Cups in reverse. I feel like this Queen of Swords is kind of keeping to herself. She feels like she's kind of on the defense or keeping quiet about something, or maybe purposely kind of hanging out in the shadows, waiting in the wings, watching from afar. It feels like she's trying to stay hidden or inconspicuous. I think that's the right word. She might be hanging on to some information, or maybe has a secret, but I feel like she's not communicating, or she's kind of trying to keep from being noticed. I'm not quite picking up what's going on with this King of Cups yet, so let's get some more cards out here for Cancer and see what else we get. There she is again, the Queen of Swords in reverse. And then we have the Moon in reverse with this King of Cups. That's really interesting. So the Queen of Swords with the Moon down here, and then we get the Queen of Swords with the Moon in reverse up here, with this Four of Wands. Let's get some cards out. Three of Cups, the Star in reverse, Three of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, the Page of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. there's someone giving to a situation where their heart's not in it. Or I think it's this King of Cups. Like he's putting effort into something or moving towards something. I feel like this pertains to a group dynamic too, not just this Queen of Swords, King of Cups. There's a group dynamic here. So it feels like he's putting effort into or moving towards something where his heart's not really in it. And I think this Queen of Swords, I think she might be aware of it. I think she knows that this king's heart is not in whatever it is that he's moving toward or putting energy into. I think this Queen of Swords is also involved. And she may not have been directly told this information. I don't know if this king and queen have actually communicated, but I feel like she knows how this king feels. And I feel like it's very hurtful to her. And so but she's not talking about it. Again, I get the feeling like she's kind of keeping to herself. She might be aware of the information. She might be aware of how this king feels, but she's not talking about it to others. And it might be because she doesn't want to disappoint other people or discourage other people. Let's get some more cards out here and see what else we get for Cancer. There's the Three of Swords again. So the Three of Swords is up here with this Queen of Swords, and it's down here with this Queen of Swords. And then we have the Six of Cups in reverse, clarifying this king. Knight of Cups in reverse. The High Priestess. The Empress, clarifying this Queen of Swords. Page of Cups in reverse again, so we have it twice down here. I think you can see most of these cards. The World in reverse. And then we have the Tower in reverse. So I think this king and this Queen of Swords and this King of Cups. And this Queen of Swords is represented by this Empress as well. She's keeping quiet about something or keeping something to herself that feels very heartbreaking and very difficult. And it has to do with some kind of thing that these two are investing in or putting time and energy into. It could be a family, it could be a home, it could be a business, it could be anything. It's a Four of Wands, but there's something that these two are putting energy into that this king is not emotionally invested in. And this Queen of Swords, Empress energy, knows that he's not emotionally invested in it, but she's keeping it to herself. Because for some reason, if she exposes that this king doesn't have this emotional investment in whatever this Four of Wands is, it might keep things from moving forward. It might stop progress. It might cause some problems, some delays. For whatever reason, if it is exposed that this king is no longer emotionally invested in whatever this Four of Wands is, it might cause issues for others. So this queen is keeping this heartbreak to herself. It's like she's absorbing the disappointment of this information or of this knowledge to keep others from having to experience it. It's like she's being a martyr. But a martyr kind of has that's a negative connotation. I don't believe she's doing it because she wants other people to recognize her for it or anything of that nature. I feel like she's taking on some kind of, absorbing some kind of pain, because I think she could expose this king's real feelings towards whatever this Four of Wands is. I think she could tell other people, look, his heart's not in it. It's just not, he's not emotionally invested in this anymore. And I feel like that's been true for a period of time, for a while. But I feel like she's absorbing this information and keeping it to herself regarding this emotional detachment to keep others from experiencing the disappointment or keep others from losing hope or something of that nature. I think it's difficult for her to keep quiet about this. I don't think it's something that she wants to necessarily do. I think it's something that she feels in her heart she needs to do. Not that she wants to do it, but she needs to do it. There might be some resentment or some grudges being held between these two, or there's just the sense that this King of Cups, Queen of Swords, there might be some kind of rift between these two with the Six of Cups in reverse coming up here. I think that whatever's going on here, this is a significant relationship between these two people. And it can take any kind of form. It could be intimate. It could be an intimate connection or relationship of that nature, or it could be, any type of connection. Family connection, work, business partner, friend, colleague. Let's get some more cards on the table and see what else we get for Cancer. Three of Wands. Five of Wands. The Empress again. King of Swords in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. The Hanged Man in reverse, or no, that one's upright, sorry. Excuse me. Three of Swords again, this time in reverse. And then we have Strength again, the same set of cards. Okay, so here's what I have. I'm going to just do a real quick brief message and add on to the message that I have and then get this last round out. But it feels like there's... This Queen is accepting... this Queen Empress energy is putting herself in a position where she is feeling the disappointment, the hurt on behalf of others, because she knows something that other people don't. Other people don't know. If the information gets out, or the secret's revealed, or people find out what's going on, then everybody shares in the misery. But again, there's this kind of martyrdom. That's the right word. There's this martyrdom feeling coming from this Queen of Swords. Empress. Now, I wouldn't normally get, like I said, I wouldn't use that word with the Empress typically. But there is a kind of sense of resistance or reluctance and having to keep quiet about this. But at the same time, there's a reason behind it, and it's for the benefit of others, or something positive in the long term. Let's get this next set of cards out. See if I can't clear that up anymore for you, Cancer. So we have the 10 of Wands and the Tower in reverse again. I think it's out here. Where's the Tower? Oh, it's right here. Tower in reverse. Four of Cups in reverse. 10 of Cups in reverse. 2 of Cups. King of Cups. He's in the upright this time. Interesting. The Fool. And then the Lovers in reverse. Okay, I'm going to try to keep this as simple as possible. I feel like this is a really interesting story, but I want to try to keep my explanation as simple as possible. So I'm not going to show cards right now, just because I want to make sure I get this story straight, because I feel like there's a lot going on here. So there's a reason why this Queen is keeping quiet. And it's uncomfortable, and she doesn't like having to do it. But she's carrying this burden because ultimately it's going to have a positive effect in the long term, in the long run. And the thing that she's holding on to is this information that this king is no longer emotionally invested in some kind of group dynamic, some kind of goal, some kind of project. He's no longer emotionally connected or invested in whatever this is. It could be that he's going to see it through to the end, even though he doesn't have this connection anymore. And ultimately, when all is said and done, even though there's this detachment and there is this disappointment on behalf of this Queen of Wands, once all is said and done, there's something that is going to be made right within this connection between this Empress and this King of Cups. There's something positive that will come when all is said and done if she makes this effort to keep quiet about something, or to accept the brunt of the disappointment instead of, spreading the love with others. In other words, it's going to appear to people on the outside who are not privy with regard to whatever's going on between this king and queen that everything is moving along just fine. Everything is as it should be. There's nothing going on. There's nothing wrong here. There's nothing to be concerned about. Everything is just fine. And it's going to appear that way to others looking in because of this Queen of Swords Empress person. Again, I feel like she's taking the brunt of responsibility, or she's accepting the grief, the loss, the disappointment on behalf of others without making others aware. And it has something to do with this king's investment in some kind of, again, it could be four of wands, can be anything. It could be some kind of group effort regarding a family unit, co-workers, colleagues. It could be any kind of connection, but he's involved in some kind of long-term goal or effort where his heart's no longer invested. And for some reason, that information might bring things to a halt or a screeching stop if others were to become aware of it. In other words, other people would be affected to the point where it might affect the outcome of whatever this Four of Wands is. I hope that makes sense. It made sense to me. So, there is something really significant that because of the actions being taken right now, because of this queen's actions and this king's actions, what they're doing, while there's a significant level of hurt and pain and uncomfortable energy coming from whatever's currently happening between these two, because of their decisions on how to move forward with the situation, or how to handle the situation, or how to behave regarding the situation, or how to interact with others with regard to the situation, because of what they've decided, how they've decided to handle the situation, ultimately there is going to be a positive outcome. And by that I mean there might be a chance for things to become totally clear and everything to come out in the open when all is said and done, because everything will be, all of the dust will have settled, all of the conflict will be in the past, and there will be this opportunity to bring things out in the open and start again, start fresh, clear the air. But we've got to deal with this first. And again, I feel like it's something that is kind of between this King of Swords and this Queen of Swords. King of Cups. These kings, King of Cups, King of Swords, which came out, and then the Queen of Swords Empress person that is out here, they're the same people. So this is a two-person reading. I'm going to take this card. I think it's interesting because I don't necessarily feel like these two are collaborating in any way. I don't feel like they're having conversations necessarily. I don't feel like they're working together. If they are working together, say in a group dynamic, there's not a lot of close contact between these two, at least not right now. But there's something about this situation that's going to change the dynamic of that relationship when all is said and done. that's a little tidbit I have there. I hope that makes sense too. Anyway, we have Destiny in reverse. One of the major arcana cards in the Streams of Gaia tarot deck. If it's in reverse, it's a potential blockage. I haven't pulled this card in a really long time. I'm trying to think of a card in the Rider-Waite that might be something you could compare this card to, but I'm not sure if it's number 16, which I think it's the Tower. 16 is the Tower in the regular Rider-Waite, but I think this card has a significantly different meaning. I'll have to see. I haven't read it in a long time, so let's see what it says together, Cancer, and then we're going to wrap this up. So this is a potential blockage. It might provide you some more clarity, might provide you some information or advice. And I'll display the card for you in the upright. And here we go, Cancer. When the Destiny card appears reversed, it cautions you against following a path of instant gratification and ease. Do not be fooled into believing that once you have determined your destiny, making it manifest will be free of difficulties or problems. When is any quest easy? When does the hero or heroine of any story move from where they are to where they want to be without effort or sacrifice? Well, this is fitting quite nicely with this reading, because I do feel, again, like these two are kind of in cahoots. Even though I don't necessarily feel like they're working together, there's something that they're doing. It's a sense of sacrifice or a sense of dealing with some hardships where they know that ultimately there is a light at the end of the tunnel type of thing. Some of the obstacles you will face will be self-made and born of your insecurities and doubts, while others will be placed in your path by those who might not understand or believe in your destiny. Sometimes the people who try to steer you away from your search are the people who love you, people you do not want to hurt or disappoint. It takes great love and conviction to say no to those who might have other plans for your future, but to have your destiny manifest, you may just find yourself in a position where it is necessary to do just that. If you do not, you may find yourself being thwarted again and again. When the Destiny card is reversed in your reading, it is helpful to remember that meeting your destiny does not necessarily simply happen, nor is it likely to happen overnight. Therefore, prepare yourself for the process by releasing expectations of instant gratification. Instead, prepare to pay your dues, fight your demons and monsters, and overcome obstacles that may well feel insurmountable. To do so, let go of those fears and doubts that might have you procrastinating and wanting to turn your back or turn away. Finally, to make your destiny manifest, you might also need to learn more at this time. You have gifts and talents, but to turn them into something practical and tangible will take time, devotion, and dedication. There you go, Cancer. I think that was a nice card to end this reading, because I do feel, again, that there's a sense that there's a light at the end of the tunnel for both of these people, and I do feel like it's related to the connection itself. But at this point in time, there's some obstacles that both of these people are dealing with, and it has to do with some kind of long-term goal or something that maybe both, or I get the feeling this is something the king is more invested in than this person, but it could be both people. There's like some unfinished business or something that they need to wrap up first, or something that they need to deal with first, even though this king feels less invested emotionally in the situation. It's something that he's got to do, or he's got to finish, or he's got to complete, he's obligated, that kind of thing. But the fact that he is not as invested, knowing that would hurt other people. So there's a sense of sacrifice with kind of keeping things to yourself, or keeping this information to yourself, so that others aren't exposed to something that could thwart your progress. I love that word, thwart. You don't want to thwart your progress. So you've got to make those sacrifices, deal with those demons, battle those obstacles, get through the hard part, and then something positive is going to come out in the end, but it's just going to take a little bit of time. So that's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope that this reading was enjoyable. I hope that it resonated. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you so much for watching. If it did resonate, please like, share, subscribe. If you feel like leaving a comment, that's always great too. I will see you next time, Cancer. Thanks for watching. Bye.